You probably remembered Dr. Gang Lu from yesterday's panel session. Well, here today, for the next 45 minutes, he will be sharing a case study on Beyond Expo. Allow me to read a profile of Dr. Gang Lu. He is the founder and CEO of TechNode Group and co-founder of the Beyond Expo, which will be the main topic of his presentation here. He also serves as chairman of the Macao Technology Journal Association and previously led TechCrunch China from 2013 to 2019. Recognized as a key influencer in Asia's tech scene, Dr. Lu has earned accolades such as the 1000 Talents Plan in Shanghai and the British Council Study UK Alumni Award. He holds a PhD in wireless communications from the University of Sheffield, United Kingdom. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Gang Lu.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Gang Lu. Just in case you also speak Chinese, my Chinese name is Lu Gang. So I'm here today to share the idea. So what's about Beyond? I don't know, maybe most of you haven't heard of Beyond Expo yet, but I think I didn't prepare that much. But basically, what I'm going to talk about is the kind of true story behind Beyond Expo. Because here, I think yesterday, I'm on stage. I think with all the other panelists, we talked about the technology behind the events business, the sustainability behind the event business. I think to be honest, because the Beyond Expo, I've been involved with the tech industry for many years, and the events we run is all about technology as well. But I think, be honest, I think what I want to tell you is, I think yesterday we talked about how AI is going to impact the event business, how the sustainability concept or vision will impact the events business. But as I said, to be honest, I do think I've been watching technology, the development for many, many years. I don't really think the AI or technology has the true impact at this stage yet on the events part. I think we have to adopt more and more technology. But end of the day, I think for now, what really matters to events is all about content. I mean, technology, if you can use it, if you can adopt it, it's good. But still, we can talk about AI, we can talk about VR, AR, we can talk about metaverse, we can talk about blockchain, lots of technology. But when we come down to the events business, it's all about content. I've been to many, many events, technology events across the world. What I can tell you is, the technology we're talking about, most of the technology we say it doesn't make sense to events. It's all about content. It's about how we can bring the value to our speaker, to our attendees, to our partners. So this story, you probably hear yesterday, as I said, for Beyond Expo, it's a very, very young event. We actually started planning right before pandemic. It's in the 2019. As I said, we were really stupid enough to kick off our new events during the COVID. So actually we planned everything before COVID, but unfortunately when we decided to do that, then COVID hit us. But it was very, very tough for us. During COVID, I think it's for probably everyone here, how tough it was. So actually, we still made it happen. As I said, as I'm telling all my teammate, because this is young, but fortunately, we play as the startup founder, as startup team. The only thing we should do is just move forward, no matter what. So we still made that happen. I remember the first edition, we did that back to 2021. How bad the situation was back to 2021, and also imagine because we are doing this in Macau, it's part of China. So during the COVID situation, the China was very, very strict on the COVID control, and so actually for the first year, It's a big event, but imagine for this event, we postponed 3 times. Supposedly, we're going to do this, we were going to do this in March of 2021. Then we have 1 case of COVID showed up. Then we postponed to June. Then when another case came in, we postponed to August. But eventually, we made it happen in early December. I think that time, we thought, okay, every time we postpone the events, we say, we got more time to prepare everything. But as you may know, that was not the case. Every time we postpone, so basically, actually, it didn't give us more time. So because actually we have to redo everything again and again, but we still make that happen. So I think we were, stupid. But if you look at the bright side, we are lucky enough because we are trying to put all our effort to make it happen in the past 3 years during the COVID. So we are moving, like we're running. But if you look at the positive side, when we are trying our best to moving everything around, most of the other events, they stop. So actually, it's a kind of disadvantage for us to kick off a new thing, but it's also became our sort of advantage because when anybody stop, I think we are running fast and we are running, work harder. Then I think what happened this year is fortunately it turned out is already became one of the biggest tech events in Asia. So I think before I start the story, so maybe I can just show you our small video, our short video, just give you the sense of what is Beyond Expo. This is what happened this year. So please help me show the video. By the way, for the next year will be 21st to 25th of May next year. So here's the story behind Beyond. I really want to appreciate the opportunity for us as the young baby or the small baby in the events industry, just to share with you why we are doing this, how we did this, and the vision we see for Beyond Expo. So basically, a quick introduction about self. So as I said, yesterday, I wasn't really aware I'm the kind of events expert because all my background is nothing to do with the media, nothing to do with the events. So I got my PhD in computer science. I started a company called TechNode many years ago at the tech media, but the tech media actually started as my personal hobby. It was just my personal blog. I wrote about technology when I doing my PhD. So my first job as well, because I graduated from computer science, actually my first job is the programmer. I did like coding for 3 years, then decided to turn my hobby, my blog, into the media business. So it spent me like over 10 years to like work on the media side. But actually the media, I mean, to me, is media helped me to build the virtual ecosystem, the virtual platform in the tech ecosystem. But events, it's complementary to the media, because the events is the physical platform, we are trying to build apart from media. So this more is about me. Then this is basically our business. So basically what keep the team busy is we run two media sites. The TechNode.com is, if you go there, you can see it's very simple. It's just a tech media, but TechNode.com is really focused on China. So if you want to kind of track what's happening in China on a daily basis, if you can go to TechNode.com. It's bilingual, English and Chinese. And it was 3 or 4 years ago, and almost 4 years, we started TechNode.global, but basically it's another media site. But as you can see, is all the news is mostly about what's happening in Southeast Asia. So these are like two media assets we are running in the past few years. But this is really helpful to our events business, because events, as you know, is like 3 days or 4 days or maximum a week. But the media help us to be engaged with the local tech ecosystem on the daily basis. I think that's why people love our events, not just because the setup, the design, the format, and also people really love our content, because why we can produce good content, because we have media behind it. So that's why we know who is the best entrepreneur, who is the best VC, which company the best or most promising startups in the future. So the Beyond Expo, the vision we see for Beyond Expo, so actually we are looking at Asia. So hopefully they can be the Asia's leading technology expo. But before we touch on the Beyond Expo, I really want to take a few minutes and just give ideas, about what's happened, the trend we see in the technology side, because I think that's really important for us to run the events. As I said, earlier, we run events, we run tech events, but interesting enough, we don't really see, that much of a technology going to impact event business. But still, to me, events, the most important part is how you design the content. So because the technology events, so this is why we designed Beyond Expo this way. So when we talk about technology events, I think maybe when you talk about technology, probably the first thing in your head is the new mobile phone, iPhone or smart TV or EV car. It's all about technology. But there's a lot of change in the technology space. So that's why we said, okay, before you run technology events, you have to understand what is technology right now, what's the new definition of technology. So here's how we see this. So if we talk about technology is not about the hardware anymore. Technology has impact on everything. So I think everything is to do with the human beings, their personal life, the daily life. So it's lots of impact. For example, like the food. When we talk about the food, it's not just about the food we eat, it's how we eat and when we eat. So it's like, in China, probably Ele.me. Here we have Grab food, Grab eat. So we have lots of the similar service. So actually, if you think about this, it's a technology or it's a technology company running the operation, but what is disrupting is your daily life, right? And something else is like this company is a Korean company, but basically they produce the container like this. So basically what they can do is, this container could be big, could be small. You can buy it at home. So basically this container can give you the fresh vegetables every day. You don't need to go to market anymore. So this is how technology disrupts the food industry. And of course, probably this as the plan, the impossible meat. we have lots of similar new stuff. It change how, what you eat every day. So this is about technology. So this is how people eat, but this is how people wear every day. So we talk about the fashion. So fashion is all about what we wear anymore. Fashion is also technology related. Either like this guy, we talk about fashion, we are now, most people have like smart watch, we have like smart glasses, we have smart everything, on your personal body. It monitor your, like your health, every minute, every second. But when we think about this, is when you buy like a watch, of course you can try it on because it becomes your fashion stuff. You have to think about fashion as well. So this fashion, and this also another technology. As you can see the 3 photos here, but actually these are the one photo here is the real photo. The other 2 they're produced by the AI. So basically, the idea behind it, when you do the e-commerce, when you do the shopping, right? It's always headache for most of the ladies. If you buy something, you want to try that on, but you don't know if it fits you. But this technology gives the solution. Basically, you can click on the product, then upload your personal photo. They could produce exactly how you wear. So as you can see here, it's actually the right one, that's the real photo, but the left 2, they are AI produced. And you cannot really tell that much difference, right? So this is how technology change your life, personal life as well. So there are many others. When you think about the logistics, we have what we call AGV, working for you instead of individuals, human beings. We have this is American service called Flexpo. Basically, help you to do the long distance shipping in most efficient and also cost efficient way. So this is something to do with how people wear, and also even for talk about the living. Of course, I'm sure Airbnb is a small idea, but disrupting the hotel business. And also, smart home is not, I think everybody familiar, IoT, smart, smart everything at your home. And also, this is another simple idea that we call smart parking. This is the photo I took when I listened to a startup presentation and back in China. So basically, when you think about the parking, think of parking was easy, right? But if you look at the evolution in China in the parking business, it's quite interesting. We start back to 20 or 30 years ago, you have a doorkeeper. But what happened now is, imagine in China, we have lots of EV car, and all the EV car have big screen. So basically, when you drive into the car parking, on your car screen, it's going to show you what's the best deal in that shopping mall. So it's come with the whole idea of a shopping experience. At the moment you enter the car parking space. So this is a technology. They also talk about transportation. This is another thing. Tesla, the new EV you're familiar with, and this is another thing. Another very exciting project from States as well. They call Hyperloop. So basically, you know bullet train. In China, the maximum speed is 300 kilometers per hour, right? But for this one, for cyber, what they are looking at is 1,200 kilometer per hour. So basically now, if you took a train in China from Beijing to Shanghai, now it's 4 hours. But if you're going to use this, it's going to only take you 1 hour from Beijing to Shanghai. So this is how technology changed the transportation business. Of course, this is more like a sci-fi, the SpaceX as well. So I think this just gives you an idea of how technology they will kind of develop in the past few years. It's not about phone anymore. Actually, technology has impact on everything. So this is why when we build up the new events, the tech events, we have to rethink, okay, it's going to be tech events, but it has to be something different from the existing tech events. So that's why after we study all this, so that's why we decided, okay, when we are planning the design, the content for Beyond Expo, so we say we focus on 3 industry, and it's very, very crossover, but it's all related as well. So this is like 3 industry we are looking at. Then consumer tech is the smartphone, smart TV, even like EV, new EV car, all the gadget. Then sustainability. We also talk about the climate tech. We'll talk about carbon zero. We talk about like recycling and like the new energy. So it's new sustainability. Then the last one, especially after the pandemic, I think we have to focus on healthcare as well. And also, if you remember the wearable devices, actually all the wearable devices is to do with the personal health. So you can see it's the 3 big industry, but it's all related. I think the one crossover is the technology and bring them all together. So that's why I think I'll give you a more idea behind this. How we design the Beyond is we do everything around the 3 sectors, but in one package. So that's about like the content, but also when we talk about Beyond is why we think the Beyond, we need the Beyond in Asia. So if you look at this, right, because when we did a lot of research or study in the events business, in the tech events business, in the global stage. So it's quite funny enough is when we think about the trend in the technology, the industry, I think everybody reckon, Asia is the most potential market in the technology space. China, Korea, Japan, in some sector, we are leading the technology. Then Southeast Asia, I think everybody knows is the most massive and also most potential market in near future, in next maybe 10 to 20 years. But it's funny enough, is even we have the best technology company in Asia, we have the most potential market in Asia, but still, if you look at all the tech events or Expo or what you call platform, and probably if you look at this, we're only in the tech space, right? So we have Web Summit in Lisbon, Viva Tech in Paris, Mobile MWC in Barcelona, and CES, probably the most famous one, is in Las Vegas. Then we have like Slush in Helsinki. So you can think about all these, they are sort of big names in the events business, in tech events business, but none of them really happened, started from Asia. So that's why when we think about events business, because it's the business, right, we are not like a government back, the organization, we are like business, we are independent. So when we look into the space, we see a huge gap. Is basically we have technology here, but it seems like every year we have all the Asian tech company, they go to Europe, go to States to showcase their latest technology product or service. But in our own backyard, there's nothing here. So that's why we really think Beyond, we need like at least one more platform for the Asian technology industry to showcase their latest product every year. And also, it's also very important is if you look at the Asian ecosystem, I think it's probably a bit sad to say is even Asia have full potential talents, technology, the companies, but still we don't communicate that much. There's lots of reason behind it. China, Japan, Korea. Sometimes we talk, sometimes we don't talk. Sometimes we like each other, sometimes we don't really that much like each other. Southeast Asia, it sounds like a big region, but the language, the culture, the lots of still, I think the Asian market is sometimes we say, okay, we share the similar culture, but on the other hand, the market also is very fragmented because language it become very big issue and also culture as well. But still, because we see everybody look at Asia because the technology started, the new innovation center moved to Asia. So that's why we think Asia needs a greater platform to showcase innovation to the world. So that's why how we prediction Beyond Expo is hopefully it can be the platform for everyone in Asia to showcase our strengths in technology to the world. We are also really confident is if we can build this up in next few years. I'm sure once we have everyone together, we're going to attract the European company, American company, Middle East, like South American, all this tech industry, they come to Asia to meet us instead of going travel long distance to meet them in their space. So this is why we did this. And also, I think this is also very important. As you can see, as you watch at the video, it's when we design Beyond, it's not just like the conference or it's not just like exhibition. I think this year we have 800 exhibitors, probably 70,000 meters square for the exhibition area. Imagine we're only like 3 years or 4 years old, so we can make that this big. We have 20,000 people showed up as attendees. But for Beyond Expo, as I said, it's not just about our conference or exhibition. Imagine, I think a lot of people ask us why you pick up Macau as the location for the events, right? So because there's nothing there. Honestly, if we talk about technology, Macau is not about technology at all, right? Everybody know, I think if you've been to Macau or you heard of Macau, you know Macau is a place for entertainment, casino, that's everything. But you never think about related Macau to the technology at all. So actually, that's made our work very difficult, because when we do the event, we have to bring everyone to Macau, because Macau has nothing. We have to bring the media, the startups, the VCs, the speakers, everybody to Macau. It's very, very challenging. But if you look at the other side, we try to turn into our to our advantage, but what I want to say is, if you do events, here's our experience. If you do events, right, and especially tech events, there's so many in the world already. So if you have to start something on, you have to find something unique in the space. You have to find something differentiated from others. I think at the very beginning we said we always pitch everyone, say, Beyond, we want to be the Asian version of CES. That's how we pitch everyone at the very beginning. But now if you look at this, we also want to differentiate, because we're looking at Asia, and Asia is really strong in healthcare, Asia is really strong in sustainability. So that's why we are telling another story, say, okay, we want to be CES in Asia, but if we talk about content, we are more than consumer tech. That's the CES strong at. So beyond that, we also have healthcare, we also have sustainability. So that gave us differentiation from CES. That also, we don't want to compete with CES, because we don't tell people, okay, you come to Beyond, you don't need to go to CES anymore. I think it's just like a two world. If you want to enter European or Western market, CES. If you come to the Asian market, hopefully you can come to Beyond. So this is one thing. And secondly is, if you look at the activity behind, during the 3.5 day and beyond, they come with lots of things. So first of all, we have like opening, clothing. And also when we think about opening clothing, I think we spent our 3 years to figure out what's the difference between, how we can do opening, but also different from the closing. So here's what we did this year. Is at opening, we invite these industrial speakers. They are really high-level people. They are maybe the top VC, top entrepreneurs, top professors in the world. So this give us maybe 6 or 7 people. They are doing keynote or fireside chat. So that give us basically, so that attract lots of people to be there because they want to listen to the trend in the, from different industry. So when we think about the closing, I think it's going to be very boring if we invite all the industry people back. Then that would be very boring. So how we design the closing, we try to make closing ceremony to be more inspiring because it's the end of the last part of the events. So that's why like this year, instead of inviting like VCs or the boring figures, what we invited is all celebrities. We invited like Jackson Wang, probably the pop star. We invited the ex-NBA players. So as we said on stage, the guys, they are super popular, maybe not in the tech industry, but we still want to have them to sit on stage to do fireside chat because they are the superstar. They are the entrepreneurs in their own field. So we want them to be on stage to share their insights about technology, to share how they see the future from their own angle. So it's going to be, hopefully it can be inspiring, especially to the young generation because they are fans sitting there. So this is our clothing. And of course for the exhibition area, as I said, we focus on 3 industries. So actually we divide the space into 3 parts and each part focus on 1 industry. So that's why if you come to Beyond, you're going to see we have basically 3 areas. But one focus on 1 industry. If you want to check out consumer tech, you just go to consumer tech exhibition area as well. So exhibition is all about how the company to demonstrate their the latest product, but we also want to hear the insights from the entrepreneurs, from the pioneers. So that's why we have summits. So basically we have 3 stages. So each exhibition, each sector, we have 1 stage for each sector. So during the 3 days, so like every hour, we have different panel, different topics, happening in parallel at different stage. So we have different summits. So we have consumer tech summit, we have healthcare summit. So that's how we design the content. Then we say Beyond, we want to be global. So that's why, the summit is really industry focused. So it's all about, like we talk about in healthcare, for example, in consumer tech, for example, like this panel will talk about VR, AR, the next panel will talk about AI. So it's very industry focused. But we want to be international, so that's why that push us, we have to design something else, not industry focused, but region focused. So that's why we also create some other forums. So like this year we did the Japan Tech Forums to please and then our company or our individual speaker from Japan. We also have Asia Latin Tech Forum, so because we have a bunch of speakers from Brazil as well. So we have panel about UK, we have panel about Pakistan and many other countries. So their topics are about like a regional topic. They can share what's happening in their local market. But we also have founder forums. The founder come from like the founder of Kasang, founder of Carousel, founder of Aerodyne. They're all there. So basically, we also designed a founder forum for all the big entrepreneurs to share their insights and also their entrepreneurship spirit and to the audience. So this is our content, but also we have to create something unique. Hopefully it can be unique in Macau as well. So that's why I really think if you do events, if you pick a location, you have to combine the local culture with your events together. I think it's very, very important. You have to make your events unique. So here's what we did. So if you've been to tech events, I think it's very normal. You have like startup pitching, right? Startup standing on stage and pitching the VCs for fundraising. So, but we're going to do this in Macau, right? In Macau, as I said, Macau is the casino city. So that's why we kind of change the format for the pitching. We call that fund and first pitch. So as you can see this part, and you can see basically how it's quite interesting, also disrupting. So basically, we bring the casino table to our events. Then it's make that very like a casino style. So, the pitching basically VC and startups. So if you look at the table here, so the people sitting here, these are VCs. And he is the startups. So if I'm startups, I'm come to pitch. Actually, before the pitching, I'm going to play, I don't know what they call. Basically, it's like a game. So basically, in China, I don't know how to say in English. In China, but in China they call 俄罗斯轮盘. So basically, you're going to play that, but you're going to decide, when you play that, you're going to decide is how much time you have for the pitching. So it's like a game. So you're going to pick out, it could be 30 minutes, 30 seconds, could be 1 minute, could be 2 minutes. So after this round, you're going to stand on the pitching. So basically you pitch like 15 or 10 VCs. Then every VC have its own chip. So after the pitch, if I'm VC, if I like you, I'll give you a chip. Right? So end of the day, the startup with the most chips, we're going to pick up top 5, then promote them to the closing ceremony. And ask them, so give them more exposure to the much bigger crowd. So this is how we play. And also we change, so what I said is the pitching is the most professional but also entertainment pitching as well. Because on a fellow pitching, it normally, is we have VC as the judge, right? So actually the pitching, we also challenge the startup because they have to please the VC. But we also have a session to challenge the VC as the judge. Because when they're standing after the pitching, we're going to ask the VC, make you guess how much this startup valued. Right? Actually, this is also testing to VC as well. I mean, maybe if I'm like just 1 million valuation, but if you are VC sitting there and say, okay, I worth 100K, maybe there's something wrong with your like VC mindset. So we try to make it more entertainment as well. So this is fun and first pitch. It's something we did. And also and this part is also important because imagine it's in casino, in Macau. So that's why I think in Macau, like every night we have party. We have like a pool party, we have after party, we have after party, we have dinner, because this is all about social networking. And also, I didn't give a slide, and also design something especially for attendees as well. For example, for investor, we have charity poker night. So basically, it's closed door because is only VC or investor invited, right? But they don't play like real money. But basically, they don't pay the money. But actually, we ask the winner to donate money to the charity. But it's not about like money, but it's all about the investors, how they can do social networking themselves. So this is one thing we did. And also for entrepreneur, we have, in Macau, we have a golf place. So actually we have a golf tournament that's for fun for entrepreneurs. Everybody can sign up. So it's also this is social networking like activities for entrepreneurs. So we try then because the tech, so we want to attract more VCs. So in order to attract more VCs, we have to attract more startups because VC want to talk to startups. But in order to attract more VCs, like this year, we did something else. We also invite like over 100 family office to be there as well. Because right now, because the economy situation, most of VC, they want to raise money as well. But in order to attract VC, that's why we spend lots of effort to bring the family office there as well. So it's more like at the seats, is probably you see there, actually we spend lots of effort, try to think how we can please everyone. It's like a chain. So, and also for the fun part, we have like web dinner is designed for all the speakers. So as I said, and even as I probably you saw at the video, we also, because designed for Asia, so we did we created our own food market. Just together with the exhibition, just like you can just walk from the exhibition area, so you can go to the full market. So actually, the local vendor, they love it because we bring them the people, and also they can have some revenue as well. And all the attendees, they love it. They don't need to go out, for the food, and so they just go to and they try lots of foods, at the same place. Also for organizer as us, and because we always are, as an event organizer, we are afraid of lunchtime, right? Because people go out and never come back. So we try to keep everything all together at the same place. So we did the full market. So this is, I think, how we organize the Beyond. So I think this is a like case study. I'm not saying like what did best. I feel it's like we're just 4 years old, but just really want to share with you is okay. As I said, that we have to think about technology, right? But still, what really matters is how we can please everyone. We are looking at all the partners, attendees, speakers to make them happy. If we can make them happy, they're going to come back next year, like for sure. This kind of half joke. There are some there are some like attendees, like they are very good entrepreneurs. There are a couple cases. I say, okay, come to speak at our stage, but they refuse. They say, oh, there are so many media there. I mean, they are afraid of media. After they talk. But all these guys, they showed up during the night. There are some lots of entrepreneurs. I never saw them during the daytime, but they all show up because they love the social networking session with other VCs, other entrepreneurs. They don't care about speaking slot, but they care about the social networking opportunities. So this is, I think, the idea kind of behind the Beyond. So this is what we got after 3.5 years of hard work. Just some figures. And also with lots of media as well. And a very good feedback from all international attendees. I think this is what I did, what I want to share with you today. So maybe I think we have a Q&A session. I'm open to any questions if you have any. What were the most valuable lessons learned from organizing? I think probably I already said too much. The valuable lessons. Maybe the most valuable lesson, as I said, is still, I think, the content. As I said, when we pick up Macao, I think it's really risky to pick up Macao as the event place. Even I talked to my partner many times. I said that if we do this in Hong Kong, it's going to be 10 times or 1 times easier. But now, when we kind of review in the past 4 years, I think it's the entertaining part is really help Beyond Expo stand out in the market. Even we are like tech events, but if you ask people, attend Beyond Expo, the most interesting sharing from them is the love of the party in Macau. But I say, well, maybe every beginner I say, oh, we are doing the tech events. They should love the sharing, the content, the exhibition. But why you love the party? But then now it turns out the people love party not because people love drink, because people love meeting people at the party, and also they are very relaxed because they are when they meet each other during the daytime, it's very, very formal. So actually, that's not really people want. They really want to like meet the guys, become friends. Even you are startup, even they are like top entrepreneurs, they are friends to each other at the drink. So I think I'd say the biggest learning I have is if you do events, maybe sometimes location is not that very important, but it's always important is how you can turn the local culture or mix the local culture with your events you are running, because that's the key to make events like standing out in the market. How did this insight influence future events? I don't know. Yeah, I think we are just trying. And also another example is talk about technology. I think that we did the first one physical events back in 2021. Then 2022 we thought the situation would be easier, but it turns out 2022 is even worse. So actually, I think the 3 months before the event's date, we made the decision. Then we made the decision. Okay, we're going to change from physical events to the virtual events. So it's only 3 months before the events. Then we spend our 1 month to build our own metaverse. Because everybody at that time, everybody like metaverse. So we did that. Then we still see like 600 companies, they sign up, they set up their own virtual booths at our metaverse. Because on our metaverse, it also, I think it was good because it's like play the game. When you sign in, you have to design your avatar, you can shake hands in the metaverse, you can talk to each other, you can share the business card. It all sounds good. But then after that, after the virtual expo, then we realized we are not going to do that anymore. Even if it sounds very techy, it sounds very like technology advanced, but that's not the events we want. And because there's also reason behind it, because the one big reason to an events organizer is we run events, but at the end of the day, we realize actually the big boss for the events is not us, is the metaverse developers, right? So everything is like, honestly, like the day before events, our vendor, basically they help us to build the metaverse. Our vendor say, okay, you have to give us how much more, otherwise we're going to shut down the server. That's ridiculous, but that's what's really happened. And also, always you want to make lots of kind of change at last minute. But every time when you talk to your vendors, every time they charge you, but you have to pay. So, and also on the experience side, everybody finds it fun, but people want to meet each other in face to face. So I think that as I say again, I said that technology is important, but I don't think the technology now is ready enough to disrupt the event business. We still have to face in the physical world.
Doctor, we have a few more questions over here. Allow me to read it out for you.
Oh,
this one,
thank you.
Right. Doctor, how did Beyond Expo engage its audience, both online and also offline? Were there any specific strategies that stood out in terms of creating meaningful interactions?
No, I think the first answer, we stick to the offline after the heyday of 2022, as I said. So actually, the 2022 we did everything online. Actually, then 2023. I think there are lots of other vendors, like metaverse vendor or virtual events producer, they came to us. They suggest, you should do like a hybrid, the online version and offline version all together. But our decision is we actually refuse all the suggestions. We decided to do everything 100% offline. Not because I'm not saying like online is 100% wrong. But what we realize, if you do hybrid, so actually it's basically the double work. We don't have that much of resources to take care online and offline. And so if you don't have the resources, I think that you're going to disappoint either online attendees or offline attendees. So I think to us, I don't know, maybe I'm not speaking to everyone, but at least to us, we prefer offline. So hybrid, if you have really love like stuff, maybe you can do both. But to us, it's only offline.
Yep.
Yeah, this is very good question. I think beyond Expo, I think we have very sort of aggressive goal because we want to be one of the leading in Asia. So I think it's really hard work. What I can tell you is we travel a lot. I think I still travel a lot, like almost every week. Like last year, I think in 2 weeks, like 1 month, we travel. 3 months, we travel to 13 countries. Just try to meet the local players, like local ecosystem players. Try to convince them, why they should come to Beyond. It's really hard work. I remember, imagine I travel to Brazil. It's really long distance from China. I traveled to Brazil 4 days. I've been to 3 cities. It's like every day I got up 3 a.m. took the early flight to the next city to start the meeting at 9. Then back to hotel, then start again. So, because as I said, we are events organizer, but we consider ourselves as a startup founder as well. So we just like push ourselves, and then because they are startups, it's more like startup pitching. When we come here, maybe you know us, but when we go to Germany, we go to UK, we go to Brazil, we are like a nobody. So I think we have to like the slides. I think I go through the slides more than 1,000 times, just to pitch everyone. I think I was telling my team, like this year we had 800 exhibitors at the exhibition hall, but actually the company we personally visit or we talk to probably more than 2,000 or even 3,000. And as you can see, actually most of the company we talk to refuse to come. But I think it's okay. So I think, as I said, is no like shortcut to facilitate the international collaborations, because totally understandable is people don't know you, why they trust you, why they travel long distance to your events. So you have to. It's like you have to do that, slow, step by step. I think it's like. This year, if they come, I'm sure they're going to come back next year. But if they never come, it's going to take you lots of work to convince them to come. But that's our job. Yeah. Okay. The future plan, I think we still need to work harder and to make the Beyond Expo to be truly the Asian version of CES. I think it's still take time. And hopefully we can also bring the Beyond Expo to other countries as well, like Malaysia. That's why we are here, because it's a platform for Asia. I don't think it makes sense if we stay just at one location. So hopefully it can be like we have final party in Macao every year, but we can also have the gathering at different country. Then we can bring all the resources to the local market to be more engaged with the local ecosystem. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I think that's it. So thank you so much for having me today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Gang Lu. If you don't mind, please remain on stage. I'd like to invite Mr. Nur Azlan to be on stage to present you with a memento. we'll be crossing our fingers for the Expo to be here in Malaysia one day. Till then, we hope to see you again in the future. Dr. Gang Lu, thank you so much for being here.